Okay, I get it. Don't take back your sacrifice. Coming up. Hey, welcome back. My name is Isaac, and this is Motivation Inspired. If you're checking this out for the very first time on this channel, I motivate, I inspire, and I encourage you to find your journey. And if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, be sure to do that by hitting that subscribe button down below. Next to it, there's a notification bell. Click on that so you can have up-to-date videos as I post them each and every single week. Well, today's topic is kind of wacko. This is something that came to my heart and mind just to really emphasize why I should not take my sacrifices back. So, little backstory, I feel like I've done something that basically, I feel regrets about. So on this video, I'm going to kind of give you some tips. Hopefully that's going to help you not to take back your sacrifices, but to understand the reason why there's sacrifices and things you do that you may not understand, because it's part of life. It's part of what it's structured. Okay, so anyhow, if we look in 1 Samuel chapter 15 verse 22, I'm going to read this off my screen, and that is, what is more pleasing to the Lord? What is more pleasing to the Lord? Your burnt offerings and sacrifices, or your obedience to his voice? So that's really a no-brainer. I will listen to God first of all, instead of having to worry about these sacrifices that I have going on. So listen, obedience is better than sacrifice, and the submission is better than offering the fat of rams. So that's a very good point. And we have to understand that if you want to hear the voice of God, it's not about giving your money to charity, or to an organization, maybe tithing at a church that you go to. There has to be an understanding of these sacrifices. That's, by doing this, it's an offering. It's something you need to do out of obedience, that God has called you to really to make a difference in your life. That is if you're a Christ follower. If you're not a Christ follower, there's hope. You can say a prayer right now and say, God, let me be the one that I need to change, and I give my life to you. That's simple. Just say a prayer and ask God to come into your life, and start making changes from that point on, and look for a local church. So sacrifices also cost something. There's always a cost of something. You ever find yourself in a position that you're like regretting because it's going to cost you something to give up? We're not easily to give up things in life. We're stuck in a position where it just, we just don't want to sacrifice what we need to do. With the sacrifice, like I said before, it comes with obedience, and it does cost something. In the long run, the obedience of what you are as a Christ follower is something that is going to help you grow closer to God. Look, a few months back, I believe it or not, I had some financial issues, and I really wanted to see God's provision in my life. I gave my tithes. This is the cost, okay? I give my tithes every single week. Not until the beginning of January 2019, I wanted to see God's provision. I said, okay, I'm going to sacrifice everything I have just to see what God has done for me. I just want to see what is what He has for me. And I got to tell you, being under His provision, the sacrifices that I made, He knows that, and He know what you're going to be rewarded because the obedience of what you are establishing as a Christ follower. Okay, so the sacrifices will cost you something, but in the long run, because you're obedient, you're going to be blessed. You're going to definitely be blessed because no matter what the circumstances and the things you go through in life, you're going to be blessed, because first of all, you're being obedient to God. And that's how I look at it, Did you know that sacrifices is an everyday occurrence? Maybe at work, you're going through something. You got to do something to maybe, sacrifice and be part of a team player, what have not. I find this verse over in Romans chapter 12, verse 1. Therefore, I urge you, brothers and sisters, in view of God's mercy, to offer your bodies of sacrifice, living sacrifice, holy and pleasing to God. There is your true and proper worship. When you sacrifice, you're worshiping, you're rejoicing. Yeah, I know sacrifice doesn't seem to be in line with that, but you know what? You'll have a peace of not in the mind. You have a peace in general because God gives us peace. He promises peace through the everyday occurrences that we go through, tasks. We got to get certain things done. But keep in mind this verse, okay? Now, sacrifices come through Thanksgiving. Let's say, whatever you're watching this video and it's close to Thanksgiving, or Thanksgiving is around the corner, or just a few months before Thanksgiving. Anyhow, let's look at Hebrews chapter 13, verse 15, and it says, "Through Jesus, therefore, let us continually offer God and sacrifice praise, the fruit of the lips that professes His name." So remember, the sacrifices comes through Thanksgiving. So thank you, Lord, for giving me what you have given me. And now I see your provision in my life, and therefore my sacrifice is pleasing to you. That's right. That's found in also Hebrews chapter 13, verse 16. It says, "And don't forget to do good and then share it with others, for there's such sacrifices. God is well pleased." He's pleased, okay? So, here's a cliff note here. When Jesus died, He didn't say, "You know what, I don't know if I'm going to do this or not." He done it for us. Jesus died for us on that cross. He sacrificed. He was a sacrificial lamb to us. He didn't look back. He didn't say, "You know what, there's other ways to do this besides putting me up in the cross." No. He wanted to show that despite of the things that the daily occurrences, being him accused, being, just ridiculed through the whole process, He wanted to show His sacrifice to us. The sacrifices of your living today because of Jesus Christ. That's right. And I find myself grateful and thankful for what He has done in my life. I'm telling you, the sacrifices that He has made for us is because of His provision through God Himself. Thank you, everyone, for joining on this segment of Motivation Inspired. If you have not yet subscribed to my channel, be sure to subscribe. Make sure you like, make sure you share, tell people about this channel. Try to live the journey by starting now. making sacrifices in your life. We'll see you in the next video.